Hey and welcome to Tech Tips with me, Jacob. Today we have a new AMARAN light to check out. It is the ACE 25C. It is a full color battery tiny light. And it has a little diffuser magnet on it like so. So you can get the strong light or the very soft awesome light. Like so. So it comes in this little box like here. I'm going to show you what's in the box as well, because it has a couple of features to this light that's unusual and that I really like. And it comes with this magnetic extra attachment. Alright, so this attachment is a magnet much like all of the action cameras are using right now. So it has a magnet attachment on the bottom that just clicks in like so. Right there. I mean, we haven't even gotten to the light yet. I'm just really excited about this little attachment. And then there's a release button up here on the top. Bloop, pops off right there. On the bottom it has just a 1/4-inch screw and it has the cold shoe mount. Which just basically means if I wanted it on my camera, I can pop it on there. So now I can do the vlogging style if I want to do it that way. But then if I want to pack it down the bag and don't want to take it off, I just unclick it like so. So now I have it attached to my camera if I want to. But on the top it also has a 1/4-inch screw. And I just want to attach it like so. Works as well. So you have at least two ways to connect it. Since I like to be able to put these like in bookshelves and like accent light things, it actually can stand on its own. So it's square on all sides, so it can stand on its own like so. Or like that. So I don't have to lean it against anything just to get my shot done. Other than that, it has a USB-C charger. It has a on and off switch, not a double click, hold and then start it, but a simple on and off switch. And it has a quick button and a menu button in the same, which this is actually one of those things that I really like. All right, let's get into the nitty gritty of it all. So it is battery operated. It has roughly an hour on battery life if you blast it on max. You can see that above it right now. Time lapses, of course, so you can see that I'm not making it up. I really like how handy this is. Like, I have quite a few of these, but I actually like this one because I use it as like an accent light for taking photos. You have full RGB on it. So if I start this thing, just switch up the button. To start with, it comes now right now in purple. But I also have, if I go into the menu, so you can pick two colorways. So you have the HSI, which is picking your number in the wheel, but it also has RGB. So you can pick how much blue you want, how much red you want, and how much green you want, and set your color that way. So if you don't want to scroll around the entire wheel, you can get a perfect color that way. For example, if you're on a green screen, you can just max it out on green. See if I can actually do that. 0 blue, and then green max. And then click, and then red 0. And then you have your green screen green, which is pretty cool. And of course you have your CCT, which goes all the way, if I go in, 2300 all the way up to 10,000. Which is also unusual when you have one of these little lights. Get up all the way up to 10,000 and below 32, or below 27 technically, is quite unusual. So this one has both. And not only that, something that the more expensive lights usually have is the green magenta calibration. So if you have another light that you want to calibrate to, that's a little bit more magenta, you can dial it in so you end up at the right spot as well. And that is something I really like. All right, I got to show you one more thing before we hop into the app. If you set this button, say if I press menu and you go into custom, you can set your button to what it's gonna do when you hold it in and what's gonna happen if you double click it. I hold it and it turns into my color. So I can set the color I usually like, in our case purple. I like the purple. And then if I'm gonna go back to have it maybe as a backlight on the C-stand, I just double click and it goes back to CCT. So if I only have two things that I usually use it for, so I can switch in between as much as I want, that's awesome, which is something I really do. I usually go from maybe having it as a backlight, and then I want an accent light for something else, and then I want the color, so it's like, oh, maybe, let's see, hold it And there, now we have the purple one. So it's super fast to do. So if you have your favorite color and your favorite CCT, then you don't have to go into the menus at all. You don't even have to use the phone app, which it has. So if you want to do the phone app, also very easy. You go into BT, which is Bluetooth, and then you press reset. There, and it's a serious app that Aperture uses. Easy enough to use. Go into Sidious link. You add a scene, and right there is AMARAN ACE 25C color. Keeps wanting me to let do the camera. Not at the moment. So right now I have it on color. So like so. So if I go into the wheel here, I can just spin it around the wheel on my phone. I can pick some of the quick ones. I have a purple one in there as well. I like purple, it's just how it is. Okay, and you can go into your CTB to daylight, to tungsten, set your intensity, turn it on and off. And you can go into CCT. So if you have a number you want it to be, on, and I want to have it maybe 56 now, all of a sudden. 56 there. Now it's 56. I can do a quick button there for 32 as well. So it's very handy if you have this like stuck up in a rig somewhere and looped on power. Then you just hook it up and then you can just control the fine dialing in on your app here. Or if maybe I have 5 of these ones and I want to do some different color displays in the background, app works well for that too. All right, and then you have your general effects as usual. You have your paparazzi, you have your party lights, cop car, I have to press play too. Fire is probably one I've used the most of the effects. Nice to have a fake fireplace. Super simple to use. So very intuitive, you just go in, it has the same settings as the actual device as well. In the device as well, if I can hop out, it has a couple of other more things. You can set your output. So if you want this USB-C to charge something else, you can activate the USB-C output by saying on. And then if you want to charge your mic or your camera going backwards, or an action camera or anything else that has USB-C that you want to charge, you can do that from the light as well. Always good to have that option. So here you can activate the boost, so you get, instead of 25 watts, you get 30, and get a little extra oomph in your light. I'm going to drain the batteries ever so slightly faster. But since we're on the topic, I actually did a lux test on this on 1 meter and a half a meter with and without the diffuser. So you can just check out the numbers on screen right now so you can see what you get. It's actually fairly strong. I'm surprised how strong it was. There we go. It also has a fan section if you want to be silent or smart. So it just gets you a little bit less output if you do it on silent, but it'll be quiet. So if you have it in the background somewhere, it is fine to have it on that. So, a great takeaway. This is about $180, which isn't much for one of these lights. It is strong and it has a whole hour of battery time when you have it on full blast, which means if you keep it on lower as an accent light or something, it will last much longer. Of course, it can also run on the USB-C, so if you have it as a backlight or a permanent light somewhere, so you can just have it plugged in and activate it with your app. I also really like this quick attachment that you get with it, so you can actually just have it up, set your angle, and then just put it in and be right up there. So if you want to have it in that angle, I want to take it down and check some of the settings maybe, I can do that super easy and just have it up there. So this attachment is quite a bonus. So you can have it on your camera as well. Super nice. Also like that it has the other 1/4 inch on the top. Very nice. But one of my favorite parts is actually this side here, that you have the on-off slider. It's not a press, hold in, and then it'll activate, but it is just put it on. And if I want to do long press for my color, I have that right away. If I want my CCT instead, it's like double click. I really like how convenient that is. So very convenient, fast to use, and very versatile in how you can set it up. So it's flat on all sides, and you have the super epic magnet attachment. I didn't mention it before, but this flat side back here is actually a magnet. So you can attach it to other places. If you have a metal frame somewhere, so you can attach it straight to it as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's always a pleasure. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring all of the bells for notifications. And if you have a comment, feel free to write them below. And until next time, guys, I will see you then. Bye now.